Helena Blavatsky even defended Masonry against early truth seekers who exposed the Illuminati's infiltration of Freemasonry, such as Abe Barrell and John Robinson, showing that Blavatsky was familiar with the Illuminati and defended Illuminized Freemasonry, she stated. The accusations against Masons have been mostly half guesswork, half unquenchable malice, and predetermined vilification. Nothing conclusive and certain of a criminal character has been directly proven against them. Even their abduction of Morgan has remained a matter of conjecture. The case was used at the time as a political convenience by hucksteering politicians. When an unrecognizable corpse was found in the Niagara River, one of the chiefs of the unscrupulous class, being informed that the identity was exceedingly questionable, unguardedly exposed the whole plot by saying, "Well, no matter, he's a good enough Morgan until after the election." A series of lectures upon Freemasonry and its dangers as delivered in 1862 by James Burton Robinson, professor of modern history in the Dublin University, are lying before us. In them the lecturer quotes profusely as his authorities the said Abe Barrell, a natural enemy of the Masons who cannot be caught at the confessional, and Robinson, a well-known apostate Mason of 1798. As usual with every party, whether belonging to the Masonic or anti-Masonic side, the traitor from the opposing camp is welcomed with praise and encouragement, and great care is taken to whitewash him. In her book, The Secret Doctrine, she not only advocated the same utopia that Zeitgeist is pushing, but she also confirms what I just said about Theosophy's beliefs with respect to Satan. She stated, "The shadow of the unknown, an incognizable deity in space. But in antiquity and reality, Lucifer, or Luciferus, is the name of the angelic entity, presiding over the light of truth as over the light of day. Demon est Deus in versus, that is to say, through every point of infinite space, thrill the magnetic and electrical currents of animate nature, the life-giving and death-giving waves. For death on earth becomes life on another plane. Lucifer is divine and terrestrial light, the Holy Ghost and Satan at one and the same time." The following is proof that they believe Satan is God, based on twisting the scriptures and lying about how doctrine was established. She states, "The devil is now called darkness by the church, whereas in the Bible he is called the Son of God, see Job, the bright star of the early morning, Lucifer, see Isaiah. There is a whole philosophy of dogmatic craft, and the reason why the first archangel, who sprang from the depths of chaos, was called Lux, Lucifer, the luminous son of the morning, or manvanteric dawn. He was transformed by the church into Lucifer or Satan because he is higher and older than Jehovah and had to be sacrificed to the new dogma." Peter Joseph and the Zeitgeist movement is nothing more than a New World Order Illuminati theosophic infiltration of the truth movement. In fact, Peter Joseph, in Zeitgeist Addendum, after persuading people that this New Age change is somehow good, he quotes Blavatsky again, this time using the same derogatory term that Blavatsky uses towards those who don't buy into the New Age agenda.
The emergent and symbiotic aspects of natural law. The emergent nature of reality is that all systems, whether it is knowledge, society, technology, philosophy, or any other creation, will, when uninhibited, undergo fluid, perpetual change. Likewise, the future will contain technologies, realizations, and social structures that we cannot even fathom in the present. And it is this awareness that aligns us and leads us on a continuous path to growth and progress. Static, empirical knowledge does not exist. Rather, it is the insight of the emergence of all systems we must recognize. This means we must be open to new information at all times, even if it threatens our current belief system and hence identities. The fact is, there is no such thing as a smart human being, for it is merely a matter of time before their ideas are updated, changed, or eradicated. And this tendency to blindly hold on to a belief system, sheltering it from new, possibly transforming information, is nothing less than a form of intellectual materialism.
The social values of our society, which has manifested in perpetual warfare, corruption, oppressive laws, social stratification, irrelevant superstitions, environmental destruction, and a despotic, socially indifferent, profit-oriented ruling class, is fundamentally the result of a collective ignorance of two of the most basic insights humans can have about reality: the emergent and symbiotic aspects of natural law. The emergent nature of reality is that all systems, whether it is knowledge, society, technology, philosophy, or any other creation, will, when uninhibited, undergo fluid, perpetual change. What we consider commonplace today, such as modern communication and transportation, would have been unimaginable in ancient times. Likewise, the future will contain technologies, realizations, and social structures that we cannot even fathom in the present. We have gone from alchemy to chemistry, from a geocentric universe to a heliocentric, from believing that demons were the cause of illness to modern medicine. This development shows no sign of ending, and it is this awareness that aligns us and leads us on a continuous path to growth and progress. Static, empirical knowledge does not exist. Rather, it is the insight of the emergence of all systems we must recognize. This means we must be open to new information at all times, even if it threatens our current belief system and hence identities. Sadly, society today has failed to recognize this, and the established institutions continue to paralyze growth by preserving outdated social structures. Simultaneously, the population suffers from a fear of change, for their conditioning assumes a static identity, and challenging one's belief system usually results in insult and apprehension. For being wrong is erroneously